I think is probably one of the toughest scenes I've ever done. Because I thought it was really brutal for someone to say the kind of thing she did to him.
After the first scene of the film, honestly, there were only barbad scenes. But like me and Suresh used to be like, acha, aaj barbad.
I remember we did a few takes, maybe three or four takes. And after every take, I'd start crying.
It might sound ridiculous, but I got more appreciation for the dishes I cooked on social media than I got from my house.
So today I have with me two amazing, supremely talented actresses who've just stunned us yet again with their performance in Jalsa. I have with me Vidya Balan and Shefali Shah. Welcome. How are we doing?
Thank you. Very good. As you can see, we're over the moon.
I do want to know, how have the last few days been like and how's the response been like?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and the response that we're getting is very, very personal. Like people are writing long messages. People are people are mentioning lots of scenes from the film that touch them. People are talking about how they've gone through this kind of ethical or moral dilemma in their lives. So it's a very personal experience, I think, and that's wonderful. It makes us feel it's very gratifying.
Shefali ma'am, what about you?
I agree with Vidya. It's been overwhelming. And, the one thought that we all had when we were, or even when we were giving interviews, was that when people watch the film, they're going to say, what if I was in this situation? And that has been a question that almost everyone has asked themselves. Also, not only do they remember scenes, they remember moments and nuances and one look and one sweep, and just, it's amazing. And like Vidya correctly said, it's very personal.
How amazing. And I'm so glad that the film is getting this kind of recognition and this kind of love, because it definitely deserves it. And like the both of you said, there are scenes that, people remember, and rightly so, because I saw the film more than twice, because I saw it once with my sister alone, and then later on with my family, and then again. And there are just a few scenes which always, I know what's coming, but still I would always be like, yeah, how is this like? And it just touches you, like one of the scenes is, without giving too much, is when Ruxana just asks, when she asks Baba ne khana khaya, that one scene, and it's just like, and then also another scene between the two of you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, there are scenes when you just remember. I also really like this one scene between Imad and Ayush.
Yeah.
He comes in for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes you smile.
Yeah, totally.
And I think Surya is a rock star.
Yes, he is.
Amazing. He's amazing.
And so is Imad.
Yeah. So is Shafeen. Yeah, so lovely.
It's beautiful. Can you think of any challenging scenes though, which now that the film's out, and when you think about it, you were like, damn, that was a challenging scene, emotionally exhausting, or whatever it is. Any scenes like that you can think of?
My scene with Ayush, Maya's confrontation with Ayush, not confrontation, but the scene where, there's that little, where she screams at him, he calls her weird, and she says things to him, I think is probably one of the toughest scenes I've ever done. Because I thought it was really brutal for someone to say the kind of thing she did to him, that to your own child. And then to a beautiful child like Surya, it was heartbreaking. I remember we did a few takes, maybe three or four takes. And after every take, I'd start crying.
Aww.
But all my preparation for the film was geared towards this one scene. Because I couldn't get my head around it.
Yeah.
I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, yeah, it was tough.
Shefali ma'am, anything that you can think of?
I can imagine. I mean, I can't actually, but what they are saying is right, because I wouldn't want to be in those shoes.
Yeah.
And yes, I would have taken it up as an actor, but saying anything to any child,
Yeah.
it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And but I think after the first scene of the film, honestly, there were only barbad scenes. But like me and Suresh used to be like, Acha, barbad. It used to be like that. And all my scenes, all my films take a lot out of it.
Mm.
And it's a challenge for me every time, because I go there thinking, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Ram Bharose kind of a thing. So it is a challenge. Secondly, I feel it. I don't just enact it.
Yeah.
So like I remember the phone call with Ayush, and I couldn't stop crying. I just couldn't stop crying. And it's not like I was bawling. I turned my head into the wall because I was feeling so embarrassed. I was just so embarrassed by it. But that's a given with emotion, with scenes like that.
Yeah.
It's a given. And I think all of it, all the moments that Roxana has, because it's also, she's in a very, very difficult place.
She is,
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm thinking about it and I'm getting emotional, just all these scenes, because it's like you've lived it, but like we've lived it with you, I mean, it's like hum laptop screens ke andar se we were there and watching everything. It actually feels like that. It just feels so personal. But I also want to know, film में हमने बहुत बार ये देखा है कि, the importance of social media and having followers and going viral, all of these things which जो कि अब इतनी ज्यादा normal चीज बन रही है, and it's just like something that is there in every person's life. What do you think about social media and the importance and relevance of it in an actor's life? Because there are actors who are like happily away from social media and they're like, it's okay, and we would only post reel or pictures or anything if we want to. But then there are also people who really like doing it, and they would मतलब pressure में आकर के भी करना पड़ता है कि you have to be active, interact with your fans. How does that work out with you? Do you actually see it as a pressure or do you actually enjoy it?
I joined social media very late, and I think, a reluctant presence on it. So I use it for work. I post only work-related stuff, nothing personal. I like to keep it that way, but to each his own, yeah. If you enjoy doing stuff on it, great, good for you. I don't do it.
That's fair. Shefali ma'am, what about you? Shefali ma'am posts these amazing videos where she's cooking, and I love watching those videos, which are like really long, because I love watching, like she's having a good time, she's listening to old music, having wine. I'm like, I love these videos.
I did that during the lockdown. Every day I used to do it. And it was very strange because, it became my time. And it was like chatting with somebody. I know it sounds psychotic, but it's a fact.
I get it.
I'd have
I get what you're saying.
I'd listen to my music. Because I was going to chat with the camera, and I used to talk shit, like just random nonsense, and it wasn't like I was giving any cookery show or anything. Finally, all my recipes would be jugadu recipes. Kal ka ye bacha hua, ye dal do, nahi taste acha kar raha hai, achar dal do, like simple solutions. It's rubbish. But I started enjoying it. And I started, that evening time became mine, and that gave me a reason to shower and look half decent. No, I'm serious, because the whole day we're just doing that. And like Vidya says in her interviews, that lockdown really messed around.
Yeah.
It really messed around. Also, the honeymoon period with your family lasted very short.
Yeah.
It went off very soon, where everyone was like into each other's head, and it was like, get off, like give me space. But I used to look forward to doing that. I really used to. And it might sound ridiculous, but I got more appreciation for the dishes I cooked on social media than I got from my house. Seriously. But like with this, I joined the bandwagon very late. And I've also, I'm just like, I'll put what I feel like putting.
Which is
So
great.
my sons tell me that, this is not the right thing. Fine, you're like this, but doesn't mean, there has to be an aspirational value about you. And I was like, what are you saying? You can't put your sitting in pajama pictures and expect people want to look at you because they aspire to be. I said, 1 second, beta, that is too much acting in real life. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And
No.
honestly, if I had to, I have somebody who handles it. Of course, whatever gets put goes through me. I write it or I pick the pictures, etc. But if I had to do it, trust me, I wouldn't have done it. I'm too lazy to doing it. And like, matlab, and I'm technologically challenged. So it would have been like, मुझे नहीं आता है, जाने दो, छोड़ दो, ये story छोड़ दो, जाने दो.
But for now, you are enjoying it. You have enjoyed it, and I think that's one of the reasons why also the fans have enjoyed it. But this was so nice. I think that's all the time we had. But I had such a ball talking to the both of you. It's like, मतलब इंटरव्यू शुरू होने से पहले मुझे लगा था मैं रुखसाना और माया से ही बात कर रही हूँ because I mean I watched the film way too many times, to be out of that bubble.
Wow.
But I'm so glad that we could do this, and I'm so proud of the both of you for bringing this story. And full congratulations to the entire team of Jalsa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the very best for everything else that you'll be the part of.
Thank you
To
so
you
much,
too.
Shweta.
Thank you. Thank you, Shweta.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care.